All right, here we go. All right. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, how's it going today, Chris?
Good. All right. So first of all, do I have permission to hit the record on this?
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. So Tracy, thank you for joining me today and for letting me ask you some questions about, your experience with all of this stuff. I know it's been a journey for you, and so thank you
Yeah,
for letting us share your story of success with others. And let's start with you giving us a quick 30-second or so introduction about who you are and what you do.
sure. My name is Tracy Roberts. I'm a mortgage lender in Bismarck, North Dakota. I work with Mountain State Financial Group. I have been lending maybe 4 years now, had been in banking prior to that. So, anyway, of course, trying to figure out my best way to make the money that I was spending on marketing work for me.
That's awesome. And it obviously this has been a very important part of your life. At what point in your life did you realize that, you wanted to go into lending and that was something that you wanted to get really good at?
Oh my gosh, it was while I was actually a VP of mortgage operations at one of our local banks, and just being involved in that side on the operations side of it, very much a people person, and being out there and actually getting to meet the people, hear the stories, and not just be on the back side of it. It just that was what made my heart happy. So getting out there and doing this, it's so much fun. I love what I do.
That's awesome. I love it that you say that it makes your heart happy. That's
Yeah.
phenomenal. And obviously you're not new to this industry. You know more than anybody all of the challenges that people have to overcome as they get into the industry and as they start to grow. What was the
Yes.
biggest challenge or frustration that you were experiencing with your business that caused you to seek out a solution?
Yeah, just of course getting in front of people and letting them know that I'm here and what I do.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, even though it's a smaller community, I have 450 real estate agents in the Bismarck area. So there's population of 70,000 here, and there's 95 lenders. So just letting people know that I'm here.
Right.
Yeah.
And getting in front of enough people is obvious. It's a huge challenge, and
Yes.
not only does it affect business, it also interferes and impacts your life. What was the impact of this causing in your life?
Oh, yeah. It was, of course, working 7 days a week to try to get in front of people. I mean, that entire first year was working Saturdays and Sundays, going out to open houses, doing all of the things to get in front of as many people as I could to get them to know and trust me.
7 days a week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously it doesn't make sense to spend that much time, 7 days a week, all of this dealing with the issues of trying to get in front of people when you can use that time to be closing deals, growing, scaling. But a lot of people kind of stay in that cycle and they don't
Yes.
invest in possible solutions. So what hesitations did you have about investing in our solution?
Um, just, of course, just not even knowing is okay. So I have spent thousands of dollars on different, whether it was marketing options, just trying to get the brand out there, trying to get my name out there, a lot of different options that I tried within the first couple of years. And honestly, I wasted my money. Yeah, I came across you guys on Facebook. I read a ton of great reviews, and honestly, it was scary for me to make the choice to be like, I'm actually going to invest more money again into doing yet another thing. And is this going to work for me?
What was the conversation that you were having kind of in your own mind about, is this the right next step? Is this the thing that I should do? What was the conversation in your mind?
Yep. Honestly, it was how am I going to free up some of my time? how am I going to be able to be effective, have things running, but yet free up my time, and also, of course, have it be cost effective for me. There is a lot of different options out there. You know, all of us get phone calls all the time. Hey, here's what I'm doing. And um, but again, the reviews and what I was seeing with you guys was already something that, of course, I felt good about. The yep, these are my guys, and I'm gonna make this next step.
And so, you know, there you were kind of hesitating, but seeing the reviews and deciding to move forward. What, when you saw us pop up on your screen, did you take immediate action or not? How fast or slow was that for you?
You know, it was pretty fast when I decided that I was going to do it. Yeah, I made the decision pretty quickly to move forward.
And what specifically caught your attention? I know you spoke about seeing reviews and all these different things, but what specifically was it for you?
It was the initial conversation that I had. Yep. So feeling that comfort level, the expertise level, and all of those things for me was what was a huge, huge thing. So, of course, setting up that meeting, having it right away, and feeling like, yep, I trust these guys to do what they say they're going to do.
That's really cool. Obviously makes me feel good. What
Good.
was the first big, you know, aha moment when you first dove into our work together? What was kind of like the first moment where you were just like, you know, it just hit you?
So, I think as you and I discussed, I had actually been doing the contact smarter. It's been probably a year on my own and trying to run the ads, which honestly I was getting a little bit of success on my own with what I was doing. But our first one-on-one session, you and I, just it, it was 30 minutes, and showing me within that 30 minutes the things that I needed to have in my ad, the verbiage, how things looked. It such a huge eye opener to what I need to be doing going forward. The first meeting, I just felt so relieved that, yep, this is going to work. He's got this. Just felt relieved that I had somebody else spending their time to help me do this.
So in your words, you know, if someone says, you know, describe what we do for you, in your words, what do we do for you?
And not only the helping to get those things set up that I needed some help with, but the one-on-one time that I'm getting is training me or teaching me for the long term. Yeah, so everything that I'm learning on each one of these sessions, I'm going to be able to use it forever. Each of the new tips that I'm getting every time we're meeting, I will be able to be successful in doing this on my own moving forward.
That's why we do it. That is, I'm getting chills. All right, so I do want people who are viewing this to kind of understand the process, right, of how it all happens. So let's go a little bit through your process, right? Let's talk about the first steps that you took. What did week 1 look like? Then what did week 2 look like? Then what did week 3 look like? Describe a little bit about what you were doing each week along the way.
Sure. So that week 1, I had wanted to do, mine was healthcare, targeting healthcare. And so you helped me to set up my campaign for even that first week. And I started getting results during that first week, which was amazing in itself. It was already performing better than the ad that I had been running for a year. So the next week, looking at all the metrics that I've never looked at. So yeah, I have this ad randomly running, or this campaign randomly running for a year, and didn't even know what to look at for the metrics. So having you show me, okay, this is what we're going to look at. Here's why. If this number is off, we need to change this. So really diving into all of those numbers. And each week we started tweaking things based off of those numbers. And the results are amazing. Things that I would never know to even do on my own. Yeah, the past 2 weeks, like, it's an amazing difference from even that first week. And that first week was already outperforming my last year. Yeah.
And for reference, tell people, how long have we actually been working together?
Just over a month, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And
yeah,
in the
5 weeks.
And in the middle of that, I think it's like 4.5 weeks. And in the middle of that, we've had Christmas holidays and New Year's holidays and all of these other things in between. So it's a slow period of time.
Yes.
Yeah. So, it's been 4 weeks or so, give or take, since we started working together. What does life look and feel like now?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I am getting the amount of appointments that I have on my calendar are awesome. I already have, of course, a couple of pre-approvals from last week. They're looking for homes over the weekend. And the fact that this software, it's all of our auto response, everything that is set up the way that you have set it up. I have to do nothing. I do nothing but wait for them to set up an appointment with me, which is awesome because I don't have time. None of us have time to follow up on all of these leads that are coming in. So the fact that I have to do nothing and just wait for somebody to set up an appointment with me is awesome.
And let's talk a little bit about specific numbers. When you joined us, how much were you paying per lead?
So I was doing $10. Oh, how many? I don't remember what my metrics were, to tell you the truth.
I do remember. So if
you probably, yeah.
If you're okay with it, I'll jump in and give you. So
absolutely.
Your numbers were over $17 a lead, more or less. Do you know where are your numbers now in terms of cost per lead?
It's below $5.
And in fact, the last time that we looked at your screen, it was below $2 a lead. And your cost per book call was less than $3.50.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah. I'm super excited about it.
How many more or less just, on autopilot, let's kind of give people some perspective about this. How much are you spending per day?
So I'm only to begin with, I was doing just $10 a day. Mm-hmm. I bumped it up to 15 just a couple weeks ago. Maybe a week ago. Gosh, it really hasn't been that long, but because of the success of it, and I'm going to also start running another ad, so a VA ad.
And so to give people perspective, you said you were spending $10 a day. You bumped it up like this last week to about 15.
You got it.
You said that you already have how many people who are in the process of getting pre-approved?
Yep. So I have 2 that are fully pre-approved and looking, and that was just last week. Yes.
That's awesome.
And I have, I want to say there's probably 10 meetings on my calendar for this week.
Bam.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. All right. So looking back, with what you know now, what can you imagine it would have felt like if you hadn't done anything, if you had just kind of kept doing what you were doing before?
I don't know that I would have continued to keep doing well, and maybe I would have. It was paying for itself. I was making, a little bit off of what I was doing, but definitely I wouldn't have called it a success at that point, what I was doing. So whereas now what I'm doing, I feel great about it. I feel like it's a successful, they're successful campaigns. Honestly, I don't have a need to spend any of my marketing dollars elsewhere. So yes, being able to increase what I'm spending per day, add another campaign, and who knows, maybe add another one after that. Whereas previously I was doing my $10 a day, but I had money going elsewhere and other little marketing things. I don't need to do those other things. Yeah.
So, and I am just curious, when you say other things, what kind of other things were you doing before?
Sure. So I had an ad that was running on just like a Google type ad that would pop up, and it was like geofencing around like the real estate agents' offices, and so different things like that. I was doing commercial, like just random, like at Buffalo Wild Wings. There's
You were just
like
trying a bunch of different things.
Totally. Like. Yep. Over the past few years, trying different things. What's gonna work? Where should I put my money? And literally wasted so much money. Yeah.
What might you say to help inspire others that that are in the same situation that you were in? They have a certain budget, they're trying out a bunch of different things. What might you say to help inspire them?
Yeah. Honestly, I've already told people, like, if you have a budget, if you're looking for a way to increase your business, which all of us are, of course, this is your guy. Yeah, get a hold of him, do this. It makes my life so much easier. I'm making money and I'm saving time. Like, yeah.
So now that you're here and you literally have this machine kind of running on autopilot, you don't really do much, and you just kind of like have all these people booking on your calendar without you having to go out there and reach out to them, and the follow-ups just happening, like,
right.
And okay, so what's next for you? Like, what are your next big goals for the future?
Right. So of course, just continue to bring in the volume. Modify the ads as needed. Keep meeting with you, because of course I keep learning. Every time we meet, I'm learning new ways to ensure that I'm remaining successful, doing what I'm doing going forward. And the fact that I'm learning how to do this again, and not just having somebody else do this for me. If I'm having somebody else do this for me, I'm long-term continuing to pay them to do this for me. Whereas doing it this way, I'm learning it. Yeah, I can do this. I was going to say it's probably easier than what I had thought it was going to be, but that's wrong. You're actually teaching it to me in a way that makes it not as difficult as it otherwise would have been. Yeah, because I know it's not easy. It's just that so much about how we need to do what we're doing. So yeah, you make it seem easy to me.
Is there anything else that you want to share to people who are watching this? Anything else you want to share about your big win that I haven't asked about yet?
I don't know if there's anything else to share except for, I'm super happy. I am just a month into working with you, and my volume is already increasing. I am not having to spend my Sundays out at open houses, getting in front of somebody. And the fact that I can actually feed referrals to the agents, obviously we all know that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And the more I can pick and choose who I'm feeding these pre-approvals to is obviously just growing my business even more. So super happy.
That's amazing. All right. Anything else you'd love to share about what you've accomplished, your business, about us, what's next for you? Anything at all that we haven't talked about yet as a closing words here?
Yeah, no, honestly, just if you're on the fence about this, if you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Great way to spend your dollars. Like, honestly, I'm making back within the first month what I put into it. So no, I mean, there's no question that this was the right move.
Thank you, Tracy.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right.
All right. Well, for anyone watching this, you heard it from her. So cool. All right.
Yeah.
Tracy,
All right.
good one.
All right. You too. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Bye.